Hello everybody and welcome to this Grace Note video. Today I want to talk about, is there another way to be around food? So many of the clients I work with feel that they have an uneasy relationship with food and that they can really only relax when they get to the weight they want to be at or when they lose weight. And there's a lot of kind of watching the scales and watching themselves when it comes to this area. And for those of you that are listening, that maybe don't necessarily have that going on, I'm sure you can relate that with Thanksgiving coming up and with Christmas coming up and the festivities coming up. There can be that added extra layer of noise in a woman's head about what she's eating, what she's drinking, what she's doing. So I really want to talk today about, the fact that there is another way to be around food that does not require you to be on eggshells and self-concerned and constantly on the watch. And I'm going to share a bit about that with you. And I'm also going to share with you something that really helped me take my attention and focus off food. So this is maybe something you don't know about me, but my initial experience of well-being and healing and getting into helping others started way back when I myself was experiencing a really difficult relationship with food. And so I had the experience of constantly watching what I was eating, never being able to relax based on how my jeans fitted or didn't fit, always kind of on a different diet and just not relaxed around food. And that was an experience that I lived, and it was pretty horrible, as many of you know that are in that position. If you're constantly watching yourself when it comes to food, you're not living life. Right? You're not really in the depth of your enjoyment and purpose. So what I noticed was that my mind was consumed with thoughts about food at that time. I notice it in my clients that I work with today, especially the ones that are wanting to lose weight. Their minds are consumed at the beginning with thoughts about food. And there's something really helpful about realizing that. I didn't realize that when it was going on for me. But you want to see here that, your thinking is just consumed with thoughts about food. And you might say, well, Grace, how does that help me? What's the big deal with that? Well, when you start to notice when you're getting caught up in the food loop, the loop of thinking that's going over and over and over again about food, there's something about noticing it that takes the pressure off, that takes the attention off. It's a bit like you suddenly realize you have your hand on a hot stove. Well, you're not going to keep it there. You're going to back off. So one of the first places I encourage all of you to back off from is the way you're using the power of thought to direct it towards food and how you're measuring up and how you're doing and what you're doing and what you're eating. I call this whole area self-concern. We get very concerned about ourselves. We get very concerned about our jeans fitting. We get very concerned about what we're going to eat on Christmas Day or tomorrow, Thanksgiving. For those of you watching it today, you're going to get this Happy Thanksgiving. Very concerned. And all of that self-concern is a movie you're paying attention to in your head. Now, that is not to diminish your experience. That is not to take away from your difficulties, but it is hopeful. It is hopeful because it's reminding you that you can put a different DVD in. You can change the movie. You can put a different movie in. You can put a nicer movie in. And that's why another experience around food is available, because our thinking is always subject to change and move on and lose its intensity as we wake up from the dream we're in. I'm going to go as far here, and this is going to sound radical to many of you, I'm sure, but I'm going to go as far as to say you don't have a food problem. You don't have a weight problem. You don't have a drink problem. You don't have a, addiction problem. You have, a lot of feelings that come up that you don't recognize are thought created. And when you don't see that, when you live in the feeling of self-concern instead, and you don't see that the movie that's playing in your head that's creating that is focused on something so intensely that it's giving you an intense experience where you can't relax, then the best you can do is be trying to go on a diet or modify your eating or drinking habits, or trying to fix the external. But here's what's so hopeful about recognizing this, is that a whole new experience of food is possible as you start to really get beyond the self-concern, the food movie in your head. Now, what's so cool about this is that as I have been pointing women in this direction, some clients of mine lately, what's so cool about it is that that is the quickest way for the body to recalibrate, because it's no longer living in a stressful environment. It's no longer living in a state of resistance and inflammation. It's no longer needing to hold on to the tense feelings. And as a result of that, we come back to our natural weight, the weight that's right for us. Maybe not the weight that you think you should be, but the weight that is perfect for your body. And so do you need to wait in order to lose, do you need to wait in order to be able to relax? Do you need to lose weight in order to be able to feel peaceful this holiday season? No, you need to wake up from the dream in your head that is giving you a lot of compelling noise about yourself, about how you look, about what you weigh, about what you're eating. That is all noise. That is not wisdom. That is not who you are at your core. That is not helping you get back to or create for yourself a perfect balanced weight. And I know in my journey and my experience, of basically waking up from the weight dream, it was pretty rapid when I saw what was going on there. It was pretty rapid that I got a whole fresh new experience of food. I got a whole fresh new experience of my body and my weight and my image. The less I really paid attention to the compelling thoughts. Now, it's not easy to catch thought, but here's the crucial piece of this video. The feeling you get is letting you know the state of thinking you're in. So feelings of not good enough, feelings of worry, feelings of tension, feelings of stress, feelings of needing to lose weight, feelings of even needing a different relationship around food. All of those feelings are letting you know you're back in the movie, the food movie, the self-concerned movie. And as soon as you get those feelings, rather than get compelled by them and go on the next diet or eat all your Thanksgiving turkey today and then don't eat for 6 weeks, instead of doing that, let those feelings be your friend, be your informer, tell you to back off. It's your way of, it's your built-in guidance system saying, back off from the food movie, change the DVD, put in something else, take your attention elsewhere. And as you do that, you automatically fall out of worry, tension, stress, concern. You drop resistance. Your inflammation goes down. Your need to hold on reduces. And you find yourself effortlessly coming back to a perfect weight. So I hope that's been really helpful, especially on this particular day and with the season ahead of us. I really invite all of you to, get more in touch with something bigger than yourself. And this is what I want to share for the end of this video is, when I look back at my experience now around food, when I was in trouble around food, when I was in the food movie, I had absolutely no connection or sense of purpose. I was just so compelled by that. And I wasn't in touch with what was truly purposeful or passionate for me. And I see that a lot, that our attention can go to very uninteresting subjects, like subjects that, if we just leave them alone, they'll take care of themselves. Subjects like money, or subjects like food, or subjects like, exercise. Like, we tend to go to those places and get a bit obsessive because we're bored. We're not waking up in the morning vital and energized to follow our passion and purpose. We're waking up in the morning lost and confused. And the habit of habitual thinking, going to the food and going to ourselves, is really also an invitation to say, hey, listen, there's more to life here than this movie that you're in. And getting in touch with those passions and that deeper purpose within you is my invitation to you. It is a way for you to get beyond all this thinking about food and about how you're measuring up and about how you compare and how you're doing. So I do want to invite you to check out our beautiful holiday offer, the Passion Process. We have incredible bonuses worth over £2,000 right now on this offer. And this is a process that I can walk you through. And by the end of it, I can promise you, you'll be less interested in your movie about food, and you'll be more interested in exactly how you're going to leave your mark on this earth, helping and contributing and living and working in a way that is really, really true to you. So if that interests you, if you'd like to check that out for yourself, avail of it now while there's these incredible bonuses. And you can check that out on gracefulcoaching.net/the Passion Process Special. And I'll post a link as well for that. In the meantime, let yourself wake up from this food dream. Enjoy your day. Put your focus and attention elsewhere. And know that there are feelings you're having around that subject that you're not recognizing are coming from insecure thought. And it's my job to help you with that. So get in touch and let's get back in touch with who you really are, your true passions, and your deeper purpose. Lots of love, ladies. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a beautiful day. Ciao.